I've got a great show for you today. I have fun things I cannot wait to show you. I've got something new and fun. I also have some quick and easy fun earrings to put together today, and lots of beady goodness, which is what we always look forward to, right? Eric says happy Friday from hot St. Pete, Florida. And I am saying that with a little edge to my voice, a little snap to my voice because I'm a little bit jealous. I'm just saying. Gosh, Eric. Going to Florida. Of course. So, Ari wanted to know if you were hanging with Lou, and I told her that you were not, but she was still very jealous, and I can't say that I blame her. Hi, Jackie. Hi, Tanya, Paulette, Gina, Laura, Susan, Tanya, Kat, and Julie. That was a mouthful. I'm so glad you're here. I'm so glad you're here. I hope you're having a great one. Everybody, I hope you're staying cool. It is really, really hot out there. So wherever you are joining us from, I hope that you are hanging out underneath an air conditioner or, you know, with a fan blowing and a cold drink, because it really is quite stifling out there. So hang out inside, right? And let's make some beady goodness. We're going to do some fast, fabulous, fun earrings. All the F words today, the good F words. Yeah. We're going to make some fun earrings today using the strand assortment that I sold out last Friday. Can you guys believe it? That one sold out so quickly. It was absolutely beautiful. I've got another fantastic new item to show you guys today. And hopefully I can ring that bell twice in a row. So we'll see how that goes. I also have, back by popular demand, some of the strand assortments that I showed you guys a week before that had sold out. And Megan was so kind and generous and put some restocks together for you guys because you guys wanted those. So I've got those in the show. I've got the kits are in the show. The big kits, the jewelry making kits are in the show. I've got a beautiful designer blend that is red, white, and blue. Kind of last chance to get your red, white, and blue on before the big holiday coming up next week. So I've got lots of fun things for you guys. Also wanted to let you guys know, I'm going to pull it up on the computer here. If you'll give me just a second, because I don't want to get the information wrong. And I normally make myself some notes, but just being honest with you, it's been kind of a crazy afternoon, so I have not. But we've got our 4th of July sale going on right now at the time of this. Now, if you are watching this on replay later on, it's probably not going to be the same. But as of right now, we have the 4th of July sale, which is up to 65% off store-wide plus double points. So you want to take advantage of that while you are checking out everything that is in the show today. You want to be aware of that awesome sale that's going on and take advantage of all of that. So definitely check out the website, not just the items that are in today's show. So let's start out, shall we? Let's start out with a red, white, and blue designer blend. I know I started the last week's show out with it, but I'm going to show it to you again because it is really, really pretty. It's nice eye candy while we talk about how to shop. So I'm going to turn you around. Let's get right into it, shall we? All right, so taking another look at this beautiful designer blend. And this is not the only red, white, and blue item that I have in the show today, but you guys, I'm so in love with this blend and I just can't help but show it. And I know that maybe sometimes this might not be a blend to show like in the middle of November. So I want to give this one as much love right now this time of year as I possibly can. Now, that doesn't mean that you can't use this for other things, because let's talk about it for a second, right? The 4th of July is going to come and go next week, right? It's going to come and go. It's going to be over with. And then you've got all of these red, white, and blue beads, plus the strand assortment that I'm going to show you that is also red, white, and blue that we were able to get restocked for you guys. I want you to look at this in a way that maybe not all red, white, and blue, but like just a beautiful assortment of blue beads, right? So let's just take a look. Like if we were just to make a little pile of the blue, right? We have some of the blue little flowers. We have blue stars. We have blue ovals. And it's a beautiful color blue that you could use for a lot of different things, right? There's a lighter kind of aqua colored blue. There are some white beads in here. There are the white rondelles. These are going to make beautiful spacers for any kind of design. So the bottom line here is that you don't have to keep these beads together if you don't want to, right? You can just do a red design, you know, or if you're doing a design that has, you know, black in it and gray in it and you need some red beads, pull from this beautiful mix right here. Use some of the drops, use some of the flowers, use some of those gorgeous rondelles. This can really get you further than just the 4th of July when you look at it and pull out the individual colors, right? So hopefully this one will inspire you to create some, you know, some patriotic designs. But more than anything, like for me in particular, this is a great mix to get white beads from, because I just don't have a lot of white beads. I really don't. In my stash, I always need white and I just don't have them. So getting blends and mixes like this where there are white beads in here and I know that I can use these in other ways, that's pretty exciting to me. So plus, it's just beautiful to look at. So while you're taking a look at this, I want to remind you guys how easy it is to shop while you're checking out all of the beady goodness that I have in today's show. So you're going to notice on the side of your screen that there is a shopping bag. At any point during today's show, you can click on that shopping bag, and it's going to bring up this item plus all of the other items in today's show, which includes the big jewelry making kit, the jewelry making kit without the tools, because you guys asked for an option like that, the tools that I'm going to use in the show, wire that I'm going to use, the findings that I'm going to use. If you need to stock up on all those things and all the beads, those things are going to be right at your fingertips in that shopping bag. You can add those items to your cart as well as check out, all while still watching the show. It just makes me a little bit smaller when you're managing all of those things, but you don't have to miss anything, right? You can still watch the show and handle your order all at the same time. Now, if you happen to be joining us from somewhere else, let's say you're joining us from Facebook, there is an item, a little text box at the top of your screen, and you're going to type in the item codes for each one of the items in the show into that little text box, and you're going to get a link sent to your messenger to take you directly to those items on artbeads.com. So wherever you are joining us, we try to make it easy for you to shop. Now, if you are joining us though from Facebook or from YouTube or somewhere else, I can't see your comments. That's the only thing. So if you want to be part of the conversation, we definitely want to encourage you to come over to artbeads.com/live and join the show that way so that I can see your comments. That way, if you've got questions or if you just want to hang out and chat with everybody else in the comment section, that's really the way to do it so that your comments can be seen.
They're calling me Sneezy.
They're calling you Sneezy. That's nice. With Sneezy Ari. Sneezy Ari is in the room with me today, as she is most of the time. Ari being my daughter, if you are if you are unfamiliar with who Ari is, that's my kiddo. She is also a maker, and she has a desk right next to mine, so she's quite often in here with me while I'm doing these shows. All right, so you've had some time to kind of look over this beautiful red, white, and blue mix. Now, let me show you some more red, white, and blue. And again, I want you to think about these things past the 4th of July, right? I want you to think just white beads, just blue beads, just red beads, because they're all absolutely beautiful. And then we are going to put together some earrings today using the strand assortment that I sold out of last week. And you guys absolutely adored it. So I'm pretty sure you guys are going to love the designs that we do with them. All right. So just taking a look here, this was one of the very first of the strand assortments that we launched a couple weeks back, and it sold out, and you guys asked for us to see if we could restock it for you, and fortunately we were able to do so. So I've got some to show you here. This is a beautiful 10 strand assortment of gorgeous Czech glass beads in red, white, and blue, with this one being the exception. It's clear with that beautiful AB finish. These gorgeous Czech glass bicones, so pretty. And you guys wanted more of these. And occasionally we're able to do that. Not always, but when it comes to the new product drops that we have, this is one of my favorite beads, by the way. It's this really cool frosted bead, but it has that table cut section on it that catches the light. Look how beautiful that is. So pretty. So we can't always restock these. Sometimes when they are sold out, they truly are gone for good. But occasionally we're able to scrounge together some more and restock these. And this was one of the ones that we were able to restock for you guys. Look at the leaves. I love, and they don't have to be leaves, right? You could use these as drops in any kind of way that you wanted to. They're so pretty. One of the things you're going to notice is that some of these are actually on cotton. That's because a lot of the beads that you're seeing in these assortments are vintage Czech glass. And vintage Czech glass, just vintage beads in general, were strung on cotton. You don't really see that much anymore. Most of the time you see them strung on plastic like monofilament because it's cheaper. And you just don't really see the cotton cords much anymore. Sometimes with gemstones you do, but for the most part, everything these days is strung on monofilament. Kind of like fishing line. Look how pretty. These little speckly hearts, these match my fingernails. I love those. Those are so cute. So cute. So it is 10 strands. These are beautiful rectangles with that table cut. And then they have that red frame around them. So pretty. I love those. And then last but not, oh no, we have 2 more. Just kidding. These little pinch beads. And then these are called spinners. It's just a really nice rondelle with a large hole, which means that you're going to be able to string these onto a lot of different things, but super cool. So these sold out the first time around and we were able to restock. So if you want to grab some of these, get them because they will not last very long at all. There's only a few of these left. So definitely want to take advantage. And so I do encourage you, as I mentioned, to kind of look at these in the way that you would look at individual colors. Yes, it's a wonderful red, white, and blue curation here, but I certainly could use each individual bead in a lot of different ways, in a lot of different designs. I could mix these with my other designer blends. I could mix these with my other favorite Czech glass beads from artbeads.com. I could mix these with my favorite crystals or anything else that you can find on the website that is up to 65% off right now during our 4th of July sale. So that's really pretty. All right, so I'm going to move this one out of the way. I'm going to show you the other one that you guys went crazy for. Oh, Lady Picasso says, my first time live with Sarah. Absolutely love her tutorials. I'm so happy that you're here. Welcome, and welcome to Faye as well. I love it. I love it. We have new faces. Come on in. All right, now you guys will remember this one from last week. Now, there are quite literally only a few of these left because we put these together. They sold out, and then I did a design with these last week. I made a really cool necklace, and oh, there's a flower bead that doesn't belong in there. But wanted to show you this one as well. This is another of the 10 strand assortments, and you can see mine are kind of mixed up here where I had been playing with them, but there's lots of beautiful leaves here as well as flowers. So this one had beautiful flower beads. If you guys want to see a project, you can always go back and watch last week's live as a replay. Watch it as many times as you want to. You can fast forward through the chat in the beginning and get right to the project. If you want to be re-inspired, we put together a fun little necklace using some beads from this one. The flowers are my favorite. I love those. Leaves always have a soft spot in my heart for sure. But I love a good flower bead, and this one has so many. These are double drilled, which is fantastic. These are going to make nice little sliders for double strand bracelets, double strand designs if you want. And then these are also really cool because these are drilled right through the front, which I absolutely love. So pretty. And that's a lot of beads, you guys. A lot of beads. And then there is the frosted white with the AB finish. They're so pretty. So, so pretty. So again, if you want to see a project I created with these last week, there are still a few of these left in stock. So if you want to grab these up, once they're gone for good. And I'm going to show you the beads that sold out last week that I dropped on you guys. And we're going to use those to create with this week. So let me move these out of the way. All right. Set these over here to the side. And I'm going to show you the ones that sold out. And then I'm going to show you some seed beads that I thought would go really nicely with these as well, because we're going to create with these today. So last week I showed you another of the 10 strand assortments of beautiful Czech glass. And this one was a teal assortment. And I don't know why I'm not just taking them out. So some of these beads are missing because I have used them in some designs already. But want to show you these. Now, keep in mind, these have already sold out. These sold out last week. You missed your opportunity to grab these beauties. I'm going to create with them today. So those of you who have already gotten yours in the mail and are ready to play around with them, we're going to play around with them today. Look at the daggers. I love those. They look like, it looks like clouds in the sky. So pretty. There were leaves in this one as well, which are so pretty. Just soft, kind of minty green color. This was one of my absolute favorites of this assortment. These table cut, and that gorgeous, gorgeous soft blue. Love that. Minty blue, teal. These guys, they're almost like marbly. Look at that. Those are so cool. Really, really beautiful. And then there were more. There were some of the double drilled, just like the yellow ones that I just showed you. These are the double drilled in this gorgeous turquoise color with the bronze finish on them. There are leaves, which I love. So pretty. These look really nice with these, right? And just in case you're, you know, maybe just now tuning in, or you don't really understand, maybe you stepped away for a second. This was all one assortment. So it wasn't, you didn't get these individually, right? You bought the assortment of all of these gorgeous beads. Like the ones that I just showed you, the leaves and the flowers and the red, white, and blue. Like it was all of those together as an assortment, not an individual. So you were getting all of these beads all together. Now these sold out last week, and I promised you guys that we would create with them this week. So that's what the plan is. We're going to do some quick little earring designs. We'll do a few. And I also wanted to show you guys, if you grabbed this last week, maybe looking for some filler beads to go with this, I pulled out a couple of bead mixes that I thought would look really nice with these. If you just wanted to grab a little something extra. So this one is the Sandy Beaches. These are size 8 Tohos. They're a really pretty mix that I thought, you know, if you just wanted to use some little spacer beads to kind of get more length out of your strands here, this would be a nice one to add. So there's that one that I thought was well, I'll leave this in here so you can kind of see. And then the other one that I pulled was the Pacific Breeze. Also size 8 seed beads, Tohos, really pretty. So this one's just a little bit lighter. So if you like more of a lighter kind of addition to your beads, this was a good one. This one's a little bit darker and a little bit moodier. Honestly, if it were me, I would grab both of them. If you got this guy and you wanted to do some extra things, I would get both of these, because I think you're going to be able to create some really cool pieces. I'm using a little bit of each one of these. Maybe we'll use some of these in our earrings designs today. I don't know, but I thought these were really cool, just as a little addition, right? A little extra something to go with these. All right, so let's play. Let's play, shall we? Now, at any point during today's show, while we are creating some fun little pieces of jewelry, please know that you can click on the shopping bag at any point. It's going to pull up the information about all of the items that are in today's show, as well as the tools and the findings, the wire, So I thought we would just create some fun little earrings, right? So I made this one. I'm going to show you how to create this one, the mate to go with this one here in just a second. And then as I was creating some other pairs, I don't know why this one's not laying the way I want it to, but as I was creating these other pairs, and I was like, well, I'll just make them mate on the show. And then I realized, like, this could be the coolest little mismatched pair ever. If you like mismatched earrings, I think that's so fun. Look at that. If you wanted to do like one or the other, or you can make two pairs, right? Two of this one and two of this one, and you could either wear the same ones, right, like normal, or you could do the mismatched, which I think is super cool. And they ended up being the same length, and I was like, it was just made to be. They were just made to be. So we're gonna do some of these. If you guys have any other suggestions while we're playing around with these beads, just let me know. Any of the findings that are you see, the chain, the wire, all of those things are available in the shopping bag if you need to stock up on those while we are working. So let's get into it, shall we? Katie says I keep going offline on her end. I'm so sorry. I hope that it's I hope that stops happening. I don't really know what to say. Come back, Katie, come back. Oh my gosh. So Jackie says she'll get hers on the 1st. She's anxiously awaiting their arrival. And she bought the Teal assortment from Julie this week. Another one that sold out, by the way. So when you guys see these product drops, you don't want to miss out on them, because once they drop, they quite literally have been selling out right underneath us. So and I have a new product drop for you guys too, but I thought we would play around a little bit and then take a little break, and I could drop a new item on you, and then we could play some more. So let's make the mate to this one. You want to? Because I'm going to show you how I got this little circle. Now there's a tool in the show today that you can use to create this, but I also have like a little cheat for you. So let me show you. Okay, so first of all, you can get the stepped pliers that are in the show if you want to create your loops, which I love. I use these for everything. But let's say maybe you've already got these, or you know, they're just kind of heavy and it's cumbersome. It's not your favorite. I personally love them, but I actually created this loop with a marker. And I'm going to show you how to, yeah, I did this loop with a marker. So I'm going to use some 18 gauge wire here, which you can grab when you click on that shopping bag if you would like to grab some of the wire. But I'm going to get a length here of some of that 18 gauge wire. All right. I'm going to cut. I'm going to unplug because this cord is in the way. All right, I'm also going to lift you up just a little bit. I'll try to hold everything up nice and close though. All right, so I'm using my permanent marker here, and you can see where the marker, the lid meets the handle of the marker. There's like a little dip right there. I love using this because my wire will sit right down in there. So this is what I'm going to do. If you ever get in a pinch, okay? If you ever get in a pinch. So I'm just going to place my wire in that little groove. And then I'm just going to wrap my wire around just like that. Okay? Then I'm going to come in with my pliers. So I'm going to use my chain nose pliers. I'm going to grab that one of the wires and just bend it straight up and down. And then this other wire, I'm just going to wrap that right around the straight wire. And I'm using way more wire than you need to do this, by the way. So just in case you're curious, you definitely don't need as much wire as I have in my hand, but just to kind of show you, right? So I wrapped that all around. Now, okay, how do you get it off of the marker? You're just gonna take the lid off and drop it off. And look, you have the perfect little circle here. I love it. Right? It's the perfect size for all kinds of things. So you could use this if you wanted to make your own like little a toggle ring for something. It makes a good little connector. If you like to make big loops for whatever. I'm going to use mine for an earring. But I love that little trick. And I very often have a marker right here just for this purpose, actually. So, all right. Then I'm going to take, so with this one, I used one of those beautiful, it's like, almost looks like satin inside that. So I'm going to take one of those beads, and I'm actually going to trim my wire off a little bit. It's a little too long, but I'm going to thread my bead on, and then I'm going to do a wrapped loop on the top here. So I'm going to come in with my chain nose pliers, grab the wire, bend the wire over the top of the pliers, then I'm going to come in with my round nose pliers, up and over, rotate, take the wire over to the other side, and then I'm going to wire wrap in that space. Whoops. All right. And then honestly, you could just leave it just like this, like cut off the excess, obviously. But you don't even have to do anything else if you don't want to. Like, that's just a cute earring all by itself. I need to straighten it up just a little bit, but like, that's cute all by itself. But I do love dangles, so we are going to add some dangles to this. Let me go ahead and add the ear wire though. So that's already ready. How cute is that? And you could do this one the other way too. So if you wanted to do this one, if you like them mismatched, you could do it like this, and then maybe just hang like one flower from your loop down here on the bottom, just this guy, or maybe one pearl. I think that would be really cute too. So lots of fun.
I'm trying not to be loud.
You are being very loud and obnoxious. Sorry, I'm just kidding.
Well, I found really yummy old beads from the very beginning of my collection.
Oh.
So I'm putting them in a case that will make me actually use them.
That's cool. All right, so I'm going to use some of the little pearls here, and then I'm going to grab one of these little flowers, and we will attach these. Maybe I forgot to grab head pins, so we might not be doing any of that.
Here,
might just be
you.
pretending. Oh,
How many do you need?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I need 5, please. Now, if you guys need head pins, click on the shopping bag because it's going to bring that. Doesn't do me any good, but
clutch.
Thank you, my dear.
Yeah.
Thank you, thank you. All right, so I'm going to thread my bead on, and I'm going to start my wrapped loop, and then I'm going to attach it to the loop. So I'm going to show you. I'm going to bend the wire over the top of the pliers, and then come in with my round nose pliers. Okay, so up and over, rotate, take the wire over to the other side. Now, before I do the wire wrapping, I am going to just gently open up that loop, and then I'm going to slide that onto the loop that I already made, right? And then I'm going to grab that little loop with my bent chain nose pliers and wire wrap in that space.
She's gonna put me in her shopping cart.
Who's gonna put you in your shopping? All right, so now I'm gonna come in with my cutter and trim off. You're gonna add your little pearls to this the same way. You don't have to do all of the extra dangles if you don't want to, but how pretty. That's so pretty. I love that. So cute. Now, if you wanted to do the dangles, the pearls, you're going to do those the same way. I'm just going to take a look at the comments real quick though, because I just realized that I had scrolled up to look at something, and then the comments weren't moving, and it was because I had forgotten to catch back up. So I've missed so many things. Erica's just shouting out the big sale that started today, guys, up to 65% off store-wide. You definitely want to take advantage of that while you are shopping today. So you don't want to miss out on any of that. And now I see why Daisy would put that in her shopping bag, right? I'm telling you.
my rare clutch moment right there.
What is the most minimalistic head pin that can be made from wire in place of a pre-made head pin? You know what? I'm so glad you asked that question, Anne, because I think we're going to skip over the pearls here. Okay, you're going to add the pearls the same way. You guys know what that's going to look like, right? But you've asked a question that I can actually answer with one of the tools and some of the wire that I have in my show today. And I think you're going to like the answer. Now, I want you guys to take a look at the pair of pliers that I'm using here. I have shown these to you guys as a full set, right? These are the new Beadalon pliers set that has the nylon jaw insert to them. And previously I've shown you this in a zipper case with all of the pieces. It comes with the chain nose, the bent chain nose, the round nose, and a cutter tool. However, you may not know that you can actually buy the chain nose pliers, and I think the round nose ones too, individually on artbeads.com. And so today, instead of doing the entire set, though you can grab those if you want to, I have just the chain nose ones in the show today, just to show you that if you just wanted to buy the individual one, you absolutely could. And I'm going to show you how to use this nylon jaw insert here to create a knotted head pin. And I use the 22 gauge wire for that, but you can also use 24 gauge wire, which I have, which is going to make a smaller little head pin for you. So let's do that. You want to? So let's start with the 22 gauge wire, because that's the one that I use the most. And then we'll go down into the 24 gauge wire, because that's going to make a nice small little head pin for you as well. So let's do that, shall we? All right, so you're going to take a piece of wire, and in this case, as I mentioned, I'm using the 22 gauge wire for that. I'm going to use the tip of the wire and the tip of my round nose pliers. And I'm going to roll that wire around the very, very tip of the pliers all the way around once, and then I'm going to go all the way around a second time directly underneath that. All right, and once I've gone around the plier tip twice, I'm going to stop, okay? Then I'm going to take that wire and I'm going to bend it so that it is running underneath the two coils that I just created. And the wire is running away from the tool, away from my hand, okay? So it's going in the opposite direction of where I'm holding on. I'm going to take that off of the round nose pliers. Then I'm going to take the tail end of that wire and I'm going to bend it backwards. And I'm going to stick it through those two coils that I made, okay? Then I'm going to place that wire in the nylon part of my pliers. And I'm going to place it so that the two coils are right up against the nylon part of the tool. Don't do this through the metal. Do this only through the nylon. And then I'm going to take another pair of pliers here, grab these, and I'm going to pull the wire. And as I pull, I have pulled a little knot, which I think looks like a little rosette, into the end of my wire. And I have created myself a head pin, right? And that head pin, it's pretty small. I mean, it's not overpowering. It's a nice little head pin, right? Now I can do the same thing with any gauge wire. Now obviously the thicker the gauge wire, the harder it is to pull the knot, and the chunkier that knot is going to be. But you can also do this with really thin wire like the 24 gauge wire, and we'll do that right now to make an even smaller knot. So if you're looking for something small, I definitely recommend going down a size. So we'll use some 24 gauge and do the same thing. Right? Wanda says the best thing about the knot is that it's centered on the wire and it's not off to one side. And I agree. That's the reason why I like doing these knotted head pins, because otherwise, if you just kind of coil the end of your wire and then bend your wire, it's off to one side. And so it doesn't sit underneath your bead very well. So I like it very much that it's centered up just like a pre-made head pin. All right, so now I'm going to do the same thing, but this time you can see I'm using some 24 gauge wire. You can do this with 26 gauge wire too. It's just very, very fragile and very, very thin. And sometimes when you pull it too hard, it will break. So 24 is about as small as I will go. But if you practice with an even thinner gauge wire, I think it would work just fine. But so same steps, we're going to coil around the tip of our round nose pliers. Right? And then once we've coiled around twice, we're going to bend the wire so that it's running underneath those coils and away from the the hand and the handles of the tool. Take that off, right? Okay, then we're going to take the tail end of the wire, bend it back, stick it through the 2 little coils that you made. Having a hard time seeing that. All right, there we go. All right, and then you're going to use your nylon jaw part of your pliers here, right up against that nylon. And then you're going to pull. And it's important to use the nylon because you're pulling this wire through that nylon. So if you were to pull this through just standard regular metal pliers, you are going to strip off the coating that's on your wire, and it's just going to leave your wire mangled. So that's why the nylon jaw is really important here. And then you're just going to pull, and you've pulled a little knot, and this one is even smaller than the first one, right? So you can thread your bead on, and you've got yourself a little knot on the bottom. It's a very small knot. So if you're making your own head pins, this is definitely the way to go. You can see it's smaller than the other one, right? Super cute. And then if you want, you can finish this off. Do a wrap loop on the top, bend the wire over the top of the pliers, come in with your round nose pliers, go up and over, rotate, take the wire over to the other side, and then wire wrap in that space. All right, and then we're going to come in with our cutter and trim off. All right, and so for this one, I added a little pearl onto an eye pin and then a little piece of chain. So get some of the chain here and get our little pearl. We're going to add our pearl to our eye pin. Yes, Dorothy, that's a great question. You can replace the nylon on them. So when the nylon wears down, because it does, I'll show you, like in any of them, whether you're using these guys, mine are nice. I haven't had them for very long, so they're starting to get, you know, spots in them, but you can see this one I've used even more. So any of the nylon is going to wear down over time. You absolutely can. So you take a little pair of, not a pair, you take a little screwdriver to undo the screws, and you can put the replacements in and then screw them back in. So yes, but here's one of the things about nylon jaw pliers that I think a lot of people don't know. This is actually when they reach their best life is after they have gotten worn a little bit. Now there is a point of no return when you are, you know, pulling your wire through here for straightening your wire or whatever you're doing, and pieces of this start to kind of flake off, then you know it's time to replace them. But I find that when they start to get nice and worn like this is when they are at their best. But there is a point where you need to replace them. And so yeah, and we have the replacement tips for these guys right here, or the replacement jaws for these guys. But yeah, use them until they start flaking away, and then grab some of the replacements and put in there. But I personally, when they get worn down and they get nice and like get good grooves in them, they straighten your wire like butter. It's so nice. So all right, so we're gonna do a simple loop on the top of this little pearl here. So we've put that onto an eye pin. We're gonna make our own little loop here. I'll come in with my cutter tool, leave myself about 1/4 of an inch, trim, and then I'm gonna use my round nose pliers, and we're gonna roll back to create our own little simple loop on there. Okay, so now I have a loop on the top and a loop on the bottom. I'm going to open up one of those loops, thread that on to the wrapped loop I just created with my bead, with my knotted head pin, and then I'm going to open up the other side, and I'm going to take a little link of chain. If you guys need some chain, there's chain in the shopping bag as well. I'm going to close that back, And then I'm just going to add my ear wire on the top. Quick and easy. Earrings don't have to be complicated, guys. Sometimes just a couple of little simple loops is all you need for earrings. I love to make crazy, insane, like design heavy earrings, but sometimes just letting the beads be the star is all you need to do. And these are so pretty. Oh, that one looks like the chain's a little long. It is. The chain is a little long on this one. Let's see. I can trim this one up.
I'm jealous.
What are you jealous of?
You've got stuff going on over there, and I've been sitting here staring at this bead case for 30 minutes.
All right, he's got a little creative block. So I'm just going to trim this because my pieces of chain were not the same. Take this one off. Thread it back onto this one that we cut. There, and now these should be the same length. So cute. So cute. I love those. And it's just 4 beads, right? It's 1 pearl, 2 of the big beads. I cracked this bead, by the way. It didn't come that way. I did that. That was a me thing. Like, it really was. I was very sad about it, by the way. So I try to keep that on the back so you can't see it, but I couldn't not say that I broke my bead. It was me. I did it. I'm guilty. But those are super cute. Or if you wanted to do the mismatched, also super cute. So either or, love that. All right, let's take a quick little break here for a second. Let's take a little break. You want to? So I know we're having some fun doing some knotted head pins and creating some simple earrings, and that's wonderful. But guys, I got a brand new product drop to drop on you, and I'm going to show it to you. Okay. I'm going to show it to you. You're going to be able to purchase it. But just like this beautiful strand assortment from last week, if you will grab this today or tomorrow or whatever, hopefully today, because they are probably going to sell out. But if you'll go ahead and grab this now, next Friday, we will put it together. So let me show you what it is. This was our wonderful friend Megan in the warehouse who takes such good care of us. You guys, brand new. We have a brand new bracelet kit that just now is dropping. Like just now. This is dropping at the moment. Okay, let me show you what it looks like. This is a multi-strand bracelet kit. Now understand, this is a kit. I'm going to show you the finished piece, and then I'm going to show you the kit so you can see what it looks like. This is a multi-strand bracelet kit. It's all of the materials that you need to create this super cute little bracelet with these fruit charms. So let me show you. Okay. So one of the strands is chain, and it has little cherries, little enamel cherries, a little enamel. That could be an orange, it could be a peach. This one is a little strawberry. This one is bananas. And this one is watermelon. And then this one is grapes. Right? So that's one of the strands, is this like charm bracelet with the fruit charms on it, which honestly I would have bought all by itself. The fact that this is a multi-strand design just makes me even more happy. So super cute. And then the next strand is the little clay beads with the little spacers, super cute. And the other strand that goes with this is a seed bead mix with some little AB flash in there. You have all the hardware that you need, cute little heart clasp, all the jump rings, everything you need to create this super cute multi-strand design. Every time I lay this down, I can't make it look like I want. Like I want all the fruit to show forward so you can see just how cute. I love it. It's so adorable. All right, so let me show you what the kit looks like. Look at what the kit looks like. See, Denise says multi-strand bracelets are my favorite. Me too. I love them so much. So this is what your kit is going to look like. It comes in the cute little craft pack, and you're going to open this up, and it has literally everything you need, including the instructions. Okay, so the instructions are all printed out for you so that you can take a look. There are references here, so if you need to see basic stringing, this is to show you where to go to get your tutorial for crimping and how to use a crimp, how to open and close your jump rings. All of that is in here, plus the step-by-step directions to tell you exactly how to put this together step by step. Tells you how to connect all 3 bracelets together. So everything you need to create this design is included, plus all of the materials here. So you have all of the ingredients. So this little package here has all of the enamel charms. It has all of the beautiful little round spacer beads. There is some of the bead stringing wire. Let me tell you something. So if you guys have never used the Art Beads designer jewelry wire, let this kit be the gateway drug. Okay, let this kit be the gateway drug to your obsession with this bead stringing wire. This stuff is my very favorite bead stringing wire in the history of ever, and I have been at this for a very long time. I have used every brand you could possibly think of when it comes to bead stringing wire. I have used them all. I love several brands. I really, really do. But this one always takes the top spot. So the fact that you get to use this in your design and like feel it and touch it and understand the quality of it, I promise that after you do that, if this is your first experience with it, you are going to be buying this bead string wire on a regular basis for the rest of your projects. That's how good this stuff is. And I'm not just saying that just because. I'm saying it because I quite literally use it for everything. Like, mine's almost gone. I use it for everything. Love this stuff. So the bead string and wire is in there. You've got a package of the little clay beads. You've got your cutie little bead llama sticker that you can stick anywhere you want to. You have all of the jump rings. Your crimps are in here. They're little crimp tubes. All of those, your little clasp to go with it. You also have the chain in here, as well as the seed bead mix to create the seed bead strand. Now, I know this comes with the instructions, and you probably don't need my help with this because the instructions are written so well. You probably do not need my help. However, I kind of want to make this bracelet too. The one that I have here that's already made, Megan actually made this one for me so that I could show it off to you guys. I want to make one too. So on Friday of next week, grab this one up now, right? And then Friday of next week, we're going to put it together with each other. I know you've already got the instructions, but beading with friends is always fun, right? So get ready, plan ahead, add this one to your shopping cart, and go ahead and grab it. And next week, we will get together with each other and we will put this one together step by step. And maybe you'll have yours in your hand and we can do it together, right? It's like hanging out on a Friday afternoon, beading together. Super exciting. I love this. I'm also going to have some other fruit elements in next week's show. So if you're excited about the fruit trend, I'm loving all the fruit stuff that's going on in fashion right now. So if you're feeling the same way, grab this one up. Look forward to all of the other fruity fun that I'm going to have in next week's show. Set your reminders for that. That is same time, same place, 4 p.m. Eastern next week on Friday. We're going to put this together, but you can grab it now, right? You can grab it now and it can be on its way to you right now, and we can put this together. Look how cute. I love. I'm also a huge fan of enamel, by the way. So I love anything enamel. I think these little enamel charms are absolutely adorable. A little watermelon makes me super happy. So, all right. That's the plan, you guys. That's the plan. So if you want to grab these up now, listen, again, just like all of the other things that we have here, a lot of times these are limited quantities, and if they can be restocked, it might take a minute. I don't know for sure the quantities on these, but I do know that they are in limited supply at the moment. So you definitely want to grab these up, take advantage, throw these in your cart. Be sure that you're taking advantage of the 65% off sale. Up to 65% off sale that's going on artbeads.com right now. So, yes, there will be. Wanda, next Friday is the 4th of July, and there will be a live, believe it or not. It actually kind of worked out for me because we're having we have a big, huge bash every year on the 4th of July. And this year, since the 4th of July is on a Friday, and I got to be here with you guys, we're going to do our big bash on the 5th. So I will still be here on the 4th of July to put together this bracelet with you guys. I will still be here. So if you are looking to put together a fun piece of jewelry before you go off and do whatever it is that you do on the 4th of July when the sun goes down, we're going to make some jewelry first. So I will be here. I 100% will be here. As Barb Girl said, I had a strawberry dress as a tiny girl, and I still love the fruit idea. Me too. Me too. I'm obsessed with all the fruit stuff that is going on right now in jewelry and in fashion. It's just so fun. All right. Let's see. So I know we didn't do a lot of playing around, but I did show you guys like the trick with the marker. We did some head pins. We did put together some cutie little dangles. I love the idea of the mismatched. I'm going to put those on like right now. So I'm going to turn you guys around. If you guys have any questions, now's your chance. Also a great time to kind of close out your shopping cart. If you guys want to go ahead and finish shopping while we wrap up here at the end. That's super cute. And then I'm going to put the other one on the other side. But I like the mismatched. That's fun. Those are really, really fun. Super, super cute. And if you're not into mismatched, that's okay too. Just make two of one of them, right? Make them all. Make them all. With those 10 strand assortments, there are so many beads. Like you could make a whole booth worth of jewelry. Gosh, if you just did earrings alone, you could probably make, I don't know, probably 40 or 50 pairs of earrings. Like, don't hold me to that, but I mean, just depending on how many beads you use in your earrings, I definitely could see creating a lot. Oh, thank you, Mary. Thank you. Paulette said she just made some cherry earrings. So cute. Do you guys remember the fruit bracelets that I made with one of our friendship bracelet kits? It was out of the rainbow kit. Do you guys remember when we made these with the little cherries? This one could have been lemons. This one was either peaches or oranges. The cherry one, I think, is my favorite. I just love that red. I also loved the grapes. If you guys remember, we did the grapes. The grapes were in 3s. Super cute. So you could stack these up with the bracelet stack from today that just dropped, and you could have all the fruity goodness. I love it. I love it so, so much. Oh, poor kitty. Oh, so many, lots of pets out there that don't like fireworks. I get that. I live in an area where we have one of the largest fireworks manufacturers in the country is literally just like across the hill. Their warehouse is right there. And I would imagine that one of the things that, real estate people tell you when you try to buy houses in this area or you're moving into this area, they usually warn you. We were warned. My real estate agent warned me, and she was like, just so you know, they test fireworks all year around here because the fireworks plant or warehouse or whatever you want to call it is right here. So yeah, we live in an area where like that's just common. It's just commonplace. So we do a big thing on the 4th of July. That's the only time we ever shoot fireworks. But with the manufacturer just right over the hill, they test fireworks year round. So there could be 2 feet of snow on the ground and they could be testing fireworks. Like that has literally happened here. So a lot of the animals around here are pretty used to it. But guys, if you ever move into this area, just know. And there's other places that are like that too. So, yep. Aw, lots of scared pets. Mine are used to it, but they didn't like it in the beginning, that's for sure. But I do think that they tend to get used to it eventually. I can just imagine Wanda sitting in her kitchen floor, holding her kitty.
Oh man, I accidentally closed out of it.
Janelle said, fireworks in my town. It's not legal. Oh, it's so legal here. Like we have these pop-up tents. There's literally one at the grocery store that just like, and they're everywhere. You can buy fireworks everywhere here, like everywhere here. Yeah. So if you're a veteran, it's probably not the best place to live, but you do get kind of indoctrinated into the nonstop fireworks around here. We're also at the lake, so it's kind of a party in the all summer long, but we keep our fireworks limited to one day a year though. Just me, Mary says Michigan, pop-up tents everywhere here too. Yeah. In Tennessee, fireworks are not only legal, they are mandatory. At least here, because they're like right outside our county, it is not legal anymore. And it's funny because when you drive here, I'm not going to tell you guys where I live. Some of you do know, but when you drive here on the interstate, I know this is not jewelry related, but we're just chatting here for a few minutes while we wrap up. Let everybody go ahead and make their final purchases here. But as you drive into my county, there are these big red signs. You can't see my hands. There are these big red signs, the big metal like interstate signs. There are big red ones on either side that say there's a tunnel ahead and class something explosives detour through our town. So there is a specific route that the explosives have to go because they can't go through the tunnel, and like that it's a thing when there are like big signs that say, okay, anybody who's carrying explosive materials to the fireworks plant or the warehouse or whatever, you have to go this way. You can't go through the tunnel. You have to get off right here and go around. So yeah, it's very evident in this area that is a thing, and it provides so many jobs for this area. It's amazing. It's one of our biggest employers here in the area. So we take our fireworks very seriously here. Which is kind of an odd thing, I think, for some people. But yeah, it's big business here. Oh, me. All right, friends. So I hope that you have enjoyed today's show and that I've given you a little bit of inspiration on how to use those beautiful strand assortments from last week. Just being completely honest with you, though, I don't think you need a lot of inspiration from me because those beads are so gorgeous. I don't think you're going to have a hard time creating amazing pieces of jewelry with those. Not just from this one, but from the other ones. The red, white, and the blue, the flowers, the ones that Julie had earlier this week, the other teal mix that she had, that assortment. They're absolutely stunning. So you guys are going to be creating gorgeous things. If you do create gorgeous things, be sure that you're posting those over on Serious Art Beaters on Facebook so that everybody can see what amazing things you guys are creating. You can share with each other. The conversation can continue over there. I hope that you guys have had fun. Thanks for letting me be a part of your afternoon and a part of your beady journey. I'll be back with you guys next week on the 4th of July. So if you're looking to make a little multi-strand, beautiful, fruity bracelet, that's what the plan is, right? Be sure that you are checking out all of the other amazing designers here on artbeats.com as well. You don't want to miss their lives because you never know who's going to drop a brand new product. You never know what new gorgeous thing is going to come out. So be sure you're tuning in for all of the designers here at artbeats.com/live. All right, friends, I'm out of here. Have a great one. I will see you next week. I love you. Be safe. Stay cool. Mwah. Bye.